this the same?
This is a brand new,
I want to talk about this and give you guys an idea of what we're trying to do here, and you might find this a little bit interesting, but I'll wait until I'm ready to speak.
You're on, Mr. Chairman.
Are we?
Yeah,
Are we started officially?
whenever you're ready.
No,
we were waiting.
We're recording, but you can call us into
Start
order.
meeting.
He didn't even get his coat off yet, and I'm already recording.
There was an urgent call in the hallway. Do we have minutes that we have to approve?
Yes,
Have we looked at them?
I have. I mean, I put them together, so I'm biased.
Absolutely not.
Those of us who were here may have a motion to approve unless we have a.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Well, I like that.
I'll second it.
And a second,
We have a
and
second.
maybe have them all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
So moved and approved. And what's our first order of business, Mr. Whiteford?
It is Mr. Alan Borghese, 89 Commercial Boulevard.
And we have a presentation on the table ready to go.
Just
Yes.
to give you all some background here.
Yes.
We purchased most of the land on Commercial Boulevard. And with it, we purchased a building that's next to this, which is just north of it, which is Altech. And we also purchased a building just south of it, which was FCT Electronics. It was actually Borgeson originally, that became FCT Electronics. And now we have a new tenant there, which is doing, they are very, very good, very successful company. Lightning rod company. And we renovated the building for them. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And they have a parking lot that's on part of my property.
Oh, they're there. They're right there. Yep.
I'm not another one,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't matter.
Yes.
And so I own this piece of land with Altech that has their parking lot on part of it, Altech's building on part of it paved, and then there's an area in between that I started graveling and trying to bring it the grade down because it was high. In fact, I have a bond outstanding on that. And it was probably 10 feet high. We removed a substantial amount of the fill. And we keep saying, what are we gonna do with this? We were gonna put a telephone or a repeating tower for cell phones on there.
Oh, this is the piece you were asking about?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where it's gonna go. And let me just tell you, it's very, very interesting. It must be a B- site because most of the sites for a cell tower are owned or operated by a cell tower company, Northeast something.
Yeah, or Crown Castle, or, yeah,
Okay.
there's a couple of them.
But they wanted me to own it, and it made me highly suspicious. And they were gonna give me $2,000 a month for it. Now, $2,000 a month, you can't hardly get an apartment for. And it condemned a decent piece of that land. And then I finally said to them, no, I don't want that. I want you guys to own it, even if I get less rent. And they said they didn't want it. So I have a feeling it's a B- location. There's nobody ever gonna come on that except AT&T. Anyway, so now we're saying we have a piece of property there, we made it relatively flat. Let's do something with it. And we keep getting calls from people that want small areas, like a contractor's garage, to put their stuff in and go in and out, painting contractors, all kinds of people. And to be very candid with you, I'm picking the wrong time of year to build this because this building is twice as expensive as it was a year ago because of life. But we decided to go and, I got more drawings.
No, we got a whole package.
I decided to go and speculate a building. The building is basically, it's 6,000 square feet. Why 6,000 square feet? Because at 6,000 square feet, you don't need sprinklers. At 6,001 square foot, you need sprinklers in the building. So why not build it the maximum you can without putting sprinklers? And so what we did is try to create on this piece of land right next to Altech's parking lot, which is right here. This is Altech's building. And this is the parking lot that the lightning rod people.
They have a cross easement or an easement on that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so let's occupy this. Now, this tree line is really truly here. And the tree line extends right across the front. So from the front, you can't see this building. From their place, you can't see this building. The only place you can see it from here. And we thought we'd take our present driveway into here and just make a little wing off here. And we don't expect much traffic in this type of building.
This is all that doesn't show.
That's your area, you get the.
Oh,
it's the
there it is
area.
there, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And we tried to design this so the two doors are next to each other and garage doors next to it. And just come up with a simple design So the reason I put a masonry wall here is because if people hit the building, it looks like heck. There's no other traffic anywhere on the area. And we're making it a simple building with partitions between each tenant.
So is this for, this isn't necessarily for LTEX use, this is just for lease.
Altek told me they might use part of it, but I don't care. And I'm really speculating because if the market isn't
It's for
there.
commercial tenants. Yeah, yeah.
But if the market isn't there, I really pull the boo-boo.
Well, you're not the only one doing this. There's other,
In town,
there's other guys that want to do the same thing in town, yeah.
so I gotta go first.
You better hurry up, yeah.
Boy, you're always first.
Where is that?
It's ahead of the curve.
Can't tell you the secret.
Oh, have they made an application yet?
No.
Oh, some first.
No, it's just, well, well, we can say because we have seen the plan on Old Winstead Road.
Oh,
Yield Industries, you know, Craig Bothroyd, the contractor
Hmm,
who did Prospect Street and Field Street.
Young guy.
I don't know.
Young guy.
You should know him.
He bought Gordy Pepper's property on
Okay.
Old Winstead
Yeah,
Road.
yeah.
Do you know where the old house is as you come in beforehand? There's a big old house there. He wants to take the house down and he wants to put, I think, like a 3 or 4 bay version of this, only
well, he
smaller.
already owns the land, so it's not a real estate transaction. We
Yeah.
don't have to keep it under our hats.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
no, but he brought in the plan. He's
Yeah, right.
already told us.
Right.
that-
no, it didn't come to us yet. It's
Didn't come-
concept. We didn't get an application.
We have on Winstead Road. to the-
Old
on the
Winstead
left.
Road.
Old Winstead.
Winstead.
Yeah.
Old Winstead Road.
Well,
Just after it, really just after it breaks off.
Right.
Yeah, Road Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big old house in there just before Gordy Pepper's property.
I think it's still the property.
Yeah.
So Alan, when you rent this out to individual tenants, you'll put a dividing wall
Between them. If one guy wants 2 spaces, fine.
Yeah.
I'm running a sewer down the middle, not putting toilets.
Oh,
for
it is
everybody.
sewer. Oh. Yeah, Mary was asking if it was a sewer line.
Yeah, there is sewer.
Okay.
And I actually am putting 1 toilet in for everybody, right here.
Oh,
Right
a
for the
a
sidewalk
shared
here.
one.
There's
Yeah.
a toilet.
Yeah.
And if they don't want their own toilets, but because they go there once a month, they can walk around and use the toilet.
Mhm.
And I wanted to put on the side that's more visible, so nobody feels like they're going behind the building to do it.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna ask you that, so there's no door to get in, so you have to go outside things.
Yeah.
That's interesting concept.
I'm not saying it's right. I don't know.
No,
And then I said to myself, I didn't bring the
Still
floor
got
plan. I
a door.
said, self,
So,
if everybody puts a toilet in, what I'll do is take that toilet and make it enterable from the inside and block off the outside door.
Well,
Just
makes
for that
sense if
tenant,
you're gonna
yeah.
wall up each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self.
So what are these about 1,100? You said about 1,100 each or something?
Yeah.
Do you anticipate that they may be fabricating things there?
No, I
Is
don't
it-
want them to.
just
Well,
I'm
storage.
not giving them
They
enough
couldn't-
electrical service to do that. I'm giving them lights and heat.
Oh, no electrical for any type of appliances or,
Well, I mean, let's think about what they could be doing there. I mean, a small contractor, I suppose, could take out a skill saw and cut some wood up for a job, I suppose, but this is not intended to be fabrication or anything
Yeah.
special.
And what about, say, deliveries? The contractor doesn't have the ability to get on site yet, and maybe a big truck will come and not dump, but deliver to this as a holding place until the project can get underway.
But I have no docks here, no loading docks.
Okay.
So anything to take off of.
They'd have to get in by hand
They
or,
have to unload by
yeah.
hand.
But
I don't want to start getting into that because.
Well, I'm just curious.
Yeah, no.
I-
No, I'm just telling you, then that requires major trailer truck access.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
That's not what I'm trying to.
yeah, and if they're only 1,100 plus or minus square feet, it's for a small contractor. Yeah.
That's a lot of space.
And I'll tell you, at Peckrell, 52 Peckrell, I own the office building there. We have a carpet contractor that rented one of our spaces because we don't have enough parking for another doctor. And he's been there for 15 years.
Mhm. Yeah.
You can't walk through it because it's stuff falling everywhere,
Yeah.
but they like it. They need it.
Yeah, I mean, they could theoretically install shelving and
Yeah.
put things up
They
on
will.
shelving and.
Yeah, they will.
potentially up to 8.
And no exterior lighting or anything?
Yeah, no, just building lighting,
Oh,
bulkhead.
and-
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, outside of that basin there, there's not, not a lot else going on the site, not landscaping, anything. I mean,
No.
you're leaving the tree line along the street,
That's correct.
so.
And I put shrubs around this side because it's the only side you can see.
Yeah, and you're only seeing
Yeah,
that, you're only
exactly.
really seeing that at an angle. One tree?
one, one maple tree.
Oh, you got one on this corner.
Oh, no, two-
Yeah,
two maple
two
trees.
maple trees. Yeah. All right, so yeah, your buffer's there. Okay.
And I think that blue trim really. You missed this part of the conversation. You missed the humor when you so play, you know.
You said 6,000 square feet, the build,
12,
it says 12,
Well,
12, okay. You said sprinklers were 6.
no,
Did you mean 12?
sprinklers start after 12.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay, yeah, you must have misspoke.
Yeah.
okay,
I heard that too.
Yeah, you did say so.
okay.
You were probably talking to self.
Really twice as big as I thought.
Things look bigger in the mirror.
So, all right, cool, interesting.
Yeah, I was doing the math, because if it was only 6,000 square feet, and you have 8 tenants, it's only 700 plus square feet. Of that. Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's a suitable use for the site. You're not really changing any, you know, any big transitions and changes of use or anything like that.
So the driveway is common with the existing,
Yes, sir.
okay,
I think we might require a DOT.
I think you might, you better talk to Gina. I think you need to talk to Army Corps, actually. I think you better call Army Corps up and ask
The
them.
runoff here?
Ask them if the runoff is acceptable, yeah.
That's one of the questions we always ask is about signage, I mean, numbers, so that EMTs and if they're going in the same,
Well, I'm thinking fire.
well, yeah, same.
Without the sprinklers, it's a separate address?
Would have to be.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Well, and addresses are based on road frontage anyway, so the number would just be sequentially by the feet.
My concern was the one entrance that then veers off. I mean, if you're in a rush and you're pulling into an entrance, and you're going, wait a minute,
There's gonna have to be clear signage at that entrance.
right,
of
yeah,
One, you know, number X goes this way and number Y goes that way.
Right.
I mean, Ocean State job lots, every property in there has a separate address,
Yeah, so for
you know.
something to think about, well, for this committee and P and Z, just showing what your directional signage looks like for the site.
Reduce the amount of traffic.
Well, Just-
Let them get confused.
let them get confused.
Confusion is good for you.
no, you will have a sign.
No, you don't want a sign, another sign.
You have to have a sign.
If you want to sign up, put a sign up. I
Good,
think.
thank you.
Well, I mean, you know.
Do you
we-
think that anybody's
No,
gonna
we
get
have to have a
confused?
Yeah, well, we typically require the number on the building,
it's
but in this,
visible.
case, I think.
No, I'm
it
gonna
needs
put a
to-
mailbox out there with a number on it. I'm serious.
with
This
the-
place
with
will
the
get
little- With the
mail.
little tiny number on the mailbox.
So-
Whatever you want. If you want me to put a number on, I don't.
Well, it should be visible for that one time someone gets hurt or
It
something.
should be visible for 911 purposes
Seriously,
from the
You know
street.
that.
I won't put a
I know you're, I know
Yes.
you're.
I
It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's just a directional sign.
I was thinking Something in granite with brass.
That's it. This way, little tiny arrow.
it's gotta be.
But you don't have any, there's no landscaping between the two.
No, I'm gonna bash that out.
Signage
Just-
for an address.
Yeah, no, the reson for that question is you come in, you're coming in and there's no division there between the, yeah.
Mandate that I put
So
a
you
sign.
can't even tell where the building is there
No,
now,
right,
really, so.
Did you have, is that a picture of the sign?
So that's the street view of the entrance now, with some janky little runoff coming off of that clear cut site there, but I don't know what that's.
Is that an old picture?
2019,
Yeah, you know why? Because we regraded that since, so it doesn't do that.
okay.
Because I was concerned that we would have an icing situation on that driveway. We regraded it since.
You'll be happy to know that Commercial Boulevard is on my reconstruction list for
paving.
for paving in the summer, this summer.
I will get this done before you pay this.
So don't wreck my new road with your construction.
What do you
The road's
anticipate
in
the,
really good shape.
what do you anticipate the traffic? For the usage of the building, just out of curiosity.
The only one I own is Peck Road, and he probably goes in there once a month, I mean, or let's say twice a week. So that's, 24 cars a week here.
No, I was just thinking of turning it around and, getting around somebody else's truck or something. It's not gonna be that busy.
My opinion, no.
I wouldn't think so.
I think if two people are here at one time, it'd be almost amazing.
We had another project that had a similar flow. And they were all storage units, weren't they?
Greg Mealy.
We
runs
just,
this place.
we just went through the one on Midget. Did they? Yeah, they came here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg Mealy has a bunch of these.
Mhm.
Mhm.
He's the one that talked me into doing this, because he gets called all the time for his.
Well, it's a good idea.
Okay.
So we addressed address, but what about any lighting? Exterior or otherwise?
Just building lighting, right?
It's all building lighting, down lighting,
Perfect.
over each door.
Sounds good.
Right.
No land.
And those lights are gonna be on this side of the building.
Oh, this is-
Yeah.
The four trees. What was the other main?
Two trees.
Two trees. What are these?
What are those in the front? What are the, oh, no, it's not shown on this plan. Oh, this is different.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Oh,
Oh, you had the.
this is plan A.
If your plan's dead,
this plan shows,
oh,
oh,
God.
Don't use that one.
This. Nice switch.
No,
They
what
came off
happened-
the
let me
same-
tell you what
stack,
happened.
I
If you-
swear.
If you look at this,
We like
this is,
that.
this is too constricting for the vehicles going on the
Yeah.
building.
I
Yeah, I agree.
heard that.
you mean like just to turn around out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Okay.
And they're not
I
required.
like the trees though. That was
Yeah.
nice.
It's got two trees.
I got two trees and 12 shrubs, I think, 2, 4.
Oh, and yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, could we talk about the color? Why royal blue?
He missed that.
You missed a whole part of the meeting.
Oh, sorry.
The colors were selected by my office manager, in which my partner, Mr. Jeff Forget, if you ever met him, thought were completely wrong and told me not to use those colors. And I'm going to use them just to give her some feeling that she's a part of the organization.
That's so inclusive.
But wait, I'm going to suffer the brunt of this.
Yeah, you are.
I will. And you know, Jeffrey,
So what are the colors gonna be?
bronze siding and a blue, what color blue is it?
Royal blue.
Royal blue trim on top and around the overhead doors and around the patch doors.
It's there.
Yeah.
And around the doors?
And all this siding is blue?
No.
No, it's gray, right?
Oh, blue siding around the door.
Around the patch door, blue
Oh, what
trim.
color is the big siding?
That's a bronze.
That's the bronze.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll look fine.
Yeah, it will.
I thought it was the other way around.
Bronze
That's
is
light
light
gray.
gray.
This is light
You've
gray.
got slate gray written
Yeah.
on here.
Slate gray.
Yeah, that's bronze for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Slate
Let me tell you what's happened in metal building land. Starting about 3 years ago, the energy code got real stringent. And now all the colors are called cool this and cool that. They reflect heat better. Now that's wonderful for Florida. I kind of like the heat here in the winter.
It's free, yeah.
But all the colors seriously are cool colors. They change all the names. But they appear to be the same, but they're highly reflective of heat. Like you say, down in Florida, everybody's happy. To me, I don't think it accomplished anything.
Wow, interesting. What committee, are we missing any details?
What color? is
Looking
the
through my
brick?
list and I think we've covered everything.
Oh, yeah, what are we doing with the brick? What color is that? Is
It's
that
a
gray?
gray block.
Gray block?
Is
Yeah, regular block box, not split face or
Regular?
anything else. Because it'd be too busy if you did try to do that.
No, I think. it's a
Do you
gray
have
block.
And I did that purely for protection of the building.
Do you have any idea
Light-
who's going to
Lighter
rent from
gray
you yet?
with the
or
dark
I'm
gray,
sorry,
yeah?
Any idea who your renters will be? Any?
I have not even, I've never even put it out to market.
Because I am thinking about the traffic flow and who might rent the space.
I
'cause there's
really,
eight
I
spaces.
really think there'll be a lot of house contractors and people that work out of their house that just don't have
Do
room
we
for
want
stuff.
this on the street?
That's,
Is that a
Cut-
suicide?
Cut down on our enforcement issues
Oh, there were no.
for those
Yeah.
landscapers at their house.
Oh, there you go.
Or is that plan B?
when you have to say to somebody, hey, you can't park in this residential area,
Right.
go see Borghese.
It goes right.
Excuse me, sir. So which is the west, which is the elevate, the end from, which one of these
The
ends? are we
north
gonna see
elevation
from
is
the street?
facing the
Which one of these are we gonna see from the street?
Oh.
The
Is
west,
this it?
the west.
With the
The
board.
west,
Does it
yeah.
count?
right.
The west
This is
one?
facing the
door?
street.
Yes,
Oh,
the
the
west
west
elevation.
door.
I'm trying to turn myself.
Do we want the brick to
No.
carry around the?
No, I'm gonna plantings across here.
the
You're not gonna be able to see them from, well, you'll be able to see it from the
You will.
angle,
You'll
but
see it coming in the drive, you'll see
Oh,
it
I have
coming in the
landscaping
driveway.
there. Yeah, see all my little, my planting tools?
You do have.
How high are
plantings.
those?
Are these
What
are
what are they?
arborvitaes? What are those?
What do we call them?
Bushes.
Oh. Japanese, whatever my people put on there.
HC parking, no, that's not it, sorry.
Gracious. Spruce trees. Here we go. Hemlock.
must be.
Hemlock.
Hold on.
What?
I gotta
No,
get,
no, no.
I gotta get there, hang on.
They are smooth leaf hydrangea.
Smooth leaf hydrangeas.
Don't ask me what a hydrangea is, because I have not even a clue.
Yeah, the big,
The broadleaf.
Are they?
Like, I won't say
They're
like,
not very tall, Alan.
I don't want them
some.
Good,
They- they-
so that we can see some brick then.
4 or 5 feet.
Oh, they're gonna be taller than that.
I don't know,
Hydrangea bushes can go 6 feet.
can they?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know, I don't know. if I-
They're bushes, they're not trees.
You're gonna have them.
Well, there's hydrangea trees and there's hydrangea bushes.
They're across the whole front of the.
Bushes can go up to 6 feet.
I think you are absolutely.
See, if I were you,
These are
I'd rather have
flowering?
you say, put some shrubs there than put the block wall. If I was, trying to give it a little green color or something. to-
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, there's a big row of them there. I mean, I don't know, I guess it all depends on how far you let them go.
You wanna change the species?
You could get some that had a royal blue flower.
Which are the flowers that you put coffee grounds, they're a different color than if you don't put.
Those
coffee-
I like
that-
the-
that-
I put coffee grounds in our rhododendrons and they grow like whack.
It's good for any garden.
Yeah.
You can do it in our garden.
It's crazy.
I don't know, Doug, what do you think?
I'm
What
surprised
happens
in the
if it's a
winter,
flowering
all the
bush?
flowers fall off and
How often does it flower?
Oh, they flower in the summer.
and in the winter you'll see.
They'll be
Well,
brown.
they're,
They'll
aren't they,
drop leaves. That's if they get that
aren't
big.
hydrangeas an evergreen leaf though?
No,
They're not? Maybe I'm
I mean,
confusing
you
them.
want me
they
to
get
use a-
scraggly
a-
and then.
Maybe I'm
they
confusing them with
Oh, yes,
rhododendrons.
they look absolutely beautiful in the winter time.
Yeah, they get- they're supposed to be fun.
It looks like crap in the
Oh,
winter.
nice. They're brown like the block.
Maybe some sort of an evergreen then,
And you want evergreen, I'll put evergreen, I don't care. I really don't.
if you don't want to do a brick.
Well, those will, evergreens will grow though. I mean.
Well, spreading these junipers won't, right?
They're gonna stay
yeah, but
lower
those are
anyway.
like On the floor, junipers.
If you want to recommend something, let me know. I don't even know which of my people picked this out.
I mean, a rhododendron or a laurel is gonna, their leaves kind of
Well,
curl in the
rhododendrons
winter.
Won't drop their leaves.
Yeah, they curl in the winter, but they don't really drop.
Yeah, they retain some kind of a leaf when it gets below freezing.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they're.
they just kind of
they're always
curl
like
up and
evergreen,
sit
I
there.
think, pretty- Of course, those get big too. They can be 6-7
Mhm.
feet.
I'm at my house, I trim them back every year.
Well, if they get sun, they will grow, but. Well, they will turn just sticky.
Well, they're gonna get,
Well,
they're gonna get sun for half, well, depending on how those trees are positioned, they're gonna
Yeah.
get sun for half the day anyway.
Literally, I'm seriously, if you want to change those species or
Well,
Spot 'em.
who chose them? I mean, did someone
somebody in my
suggest,
office.
no, but did someone suggest them because of where they are? Maybe there was a reason why they said.
I-
Probably worked well for another project, so they suggested them for this
Yeah,
one.
we left over another time. We left over doing it. That's true. I have no idea. Seriously, I have not even.
Yeah, evergreen should probably work better.
But nobody, if you have, guys have any suggestions, I'm very happy to go along with it.
What are the deer eat?
They don't browse my rhododendrons, I know that.
Well, if you'd like to, I mean, think of it, if you want something that's
I
gonna
can-
retain a color.
We can chat over it with Nate.
A what?
With Nate, our assistant planner. He's always got some good ideas for native plants.
I'll allow you to do this.
How about holly?
We'll end this meeting and say, I suggest that we come up from Nate and then.
Well, I mean, if this committee's good with just suggesting some sort of evergreen shrub,
I would think an evergreen would look better year
yeah,
round.
flower, some sort of flowering evergreen if we're,
In lieu of you doing block on there in the winter time, you don't see it this.
But you understand the reason I put the black in the front. It was aesthetics, but also the worst thing you see is a metal building all dented in.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And you know, nobody ever did it.
That's true.
Nobody ever admits to doing
He
it.
said that before.
Mhm.
He's taught me well. Thank you, Alan.
I mean, we basically just be suggesting a substitute that keeps their leaf on, you know,
Yeah, I
a
think
flowering.
Rhododendron will stay.
I was gonna say
green.
rhododendrons, there's, I'm just looking here,
Or seriously, a holly.
winter curry.
Holly would be nice. They're
Even if
slow
you
growing,
even
they
come
don't
up
get
with
too big.
a taller one and then 2 or 3 shorter ones and a taller one, 2 or 3 shorter ones. I don't care.
False cypress, boxwood.
That's a short tree.
Boxwood lose their leaves.
Do they? Okay.
Something that retains a leaf that is green,
Hmm.
from rhododendron to holly.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's wooded looking. I mean, it'll fit in with the landscape.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Nate's gonna make suggestions on the
So you,
P and Z end of it for landscaping anyway.
Why don't we go with his recommendation?
Yeah, well, as long as we could just guide him into a category, I think that'll work fine.
Doesn't turn to sticks.
Yeah, right.
And drops. of
Hey,
leaves.
An evergreen flowering shrub.
junipers,
Something that retains.
something like the juniper, I don't know.
Any other species?
Hmm.
I mean, we're good on materials. I think relationship to the site, we're not,
Yeah, I think
it all
that-
blends into the
It does.
industrial.
Yeah, this
You know,
building will not be
yeah.
sticking out and
Yeah.
appearing, wow, look at this.
What do you, the detention pond is just gonna be grass all around, so it'll. Is it fairly level with the surroundings,
Very level.
or is it set up like a,
No, it's relatively level.
is it? 74 drops down to 70, 870, 876, okay, so it's not like you're gonna see this big. Odd looking, yeah.
So it's almost at grade and then
And
just,
this is kind of screened. Is that this is the
I don't
natural,
think-
the
I don't
natural
think
wood?
I don't think there's anything left here in front.
Does that have to be? Is this like a?
yeah,
grass
so it is
area?
at grade.
Yes, yeah, everything around.
It's at
here would
grade
all be
here.
grass.
These are all-
Oh, there's the one tree.
There's your one, and one more.
Oh, my goodness. Okay,
We have two.
very nice. Any other questions? Comments, criticisms, suggestions? Motion to approve. Thank you very much. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, Mr. Borghese.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
I actually think this is fitting really well. There's nothing, it's not unusual. There's not metal buildings in
No.
that street.
What's the framing? Is it metal framing?
So the only thing, so again, the Grove Street application is not prepared.
Now, this is the school.
This is the old church that's gonna, yeah, the church.
I
and
saw
the
the old church.
Church
the way they were
rectory,
describing it.
both sides of the road. They're gonna be coming forward to develop at Advance, another building for Ed Advance over there and to reuse the existing.
It's blowing like-
Yeah. So, but they're not ready with their plans. They're,
So-
you know,
Very much so.
so we're gonna
When
wind
you
up,
say Existing church exterior remain as is.
think so.
That's the block.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So they're just not changing the exterior. They're doing like a 8,000 square foot addition. That's gonna be all classrooms. And oh, wait, I think I'm confusing the sides of the road. So
Where are they putting the addition on?
The addition's gonna be on where the undeveloped parking lot is on that, whatever side of the road that is,
That's opposite the church.
opposite the church. So it was wasn't the rectory, it was
So
the,
close to the road.
The school.
This is scrub your drainage?
The rectory
Was on-
That's the empty lot next door to.
Well, that's kind of what I'm.
Yeah.
thinking we should
Forest
have.
Court.
Well,
That's
that's
where
what
they're
I
putting
say
the
that, because
addition.
then you have one defined entrance here, and this lines up more with.
Anyway, yeah, so they're gonna add an 8,000 square foot building onto that. I got a pen. Onto that, and then reuse the buildings across the street, the church and what's the second
Well,
building
there's
there?
nothing across the street. It's one piece of property. What are you talking about across the street?
I'm talking about the church.
Yeah,
Yeah, the church
Yeah.
building. Yeah, wasn't there a second building across the street?
There's another building next to the church.
Yeah, it's,
Kind of here then, so
It's the church and the school.
depending on your
Where the
grade.
building
Across
is.
the street, there's a building across the street.
Was that part of the proposal?
No, that's perfect, yeah.
yeah, they're developing both sides of the road.
The
There's,
convent?
yeah, the convent. I was trying to remember what I was like, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember. Yes.
This is a 3-story.
Yeah, so the convent's gonna get converted into offices. They're adding an 8,000 square foot classroom building. To the convent side where all the parking lot is.
That's over on Butler Street.
Nope, they're all both on Grove Street. They're across the street from one another.
The parking lot is across from the church.
The church, yeah.
Next to the parking lot, going towards the post office is the convent.
You can, and whatever you want to do, if you want to make. this
Paul can bring it up on his
I
side.
got it. You know what,
We're
if you want to do it, or if you want to do it more this way
Wrong church.
as well.
The old
Yeah,
convent
Sacred Heart Church.
Which is
Yeah.
move it up a bit.
Brick and.
Oh,
granite
I know the one you're talking about.
That's
Yeah,
a convent.
Yeah.
On Grove Street
Yes.
across from Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
So they're attaching a building to that.
yes, an 8,000 square foot
Where the
classroom.
school was.
Where, yes, yeah, now it's just a big parking lot. Yeah, yeah.
So.
Hey, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Happy
Alan.
New Year. Nice to see you.
Can you bring that up, Paul?
Good to see you. So where the school was removed.
Yeah, they're putting a new
is
classroom
where they're
building up.
putting A building.
Yeah.
So they're basically replacing the
They
building.
didn't give me, we don't have their completed site plans yet, but I was just adding up off of some other information I had. It's about 8,000 square
Okay, so
feet.
we get to critique and approve this new building that's going across the street from the church.
Yep, and the landscaping that's gonna go on both sides of the street.
Okay, and I wonder if they're going to put a suitable building up, or
Yeah,
is it gonna be a box? So we get to.
I didn't want to, so they didn't have their site plans ready, so I didn't want to bring, I didn't want to bring down their, I didn't want to bring down their concept plans yet until they're
And
ready.
Who's doing this? Education?
It's at advance.
At Advance,
Yeah.
that's who bought the property.
Yes. Well, I don't know if their transaction's completed yet. They might be going through
It's
under,
not yet, 'cause
It's
Yeah.
still
it's
Sacred
on the
Heart.
finance board for the church. so I don't know.
Yeah, because I had an issue with I just sent it to them today. They applied with Ed Advance as the owner. I said, I don't think they're the owner. You
Not
need to
the
get,
owner yet.
you need to get the
Right.
church's permission to apply.
So the
Yeah.
diocese is selling the
correct.
property across
Yeah.
the street from the
Yeah.
church.
You do. Yeah, I think it's just
Two
a formality.
Yeah, they just need to give me a letter that says, you know, they can, just that
Right.
extra piece of paper that I need in the
The
application.
church on, and then that, this, whoop, hello, and then that. property
Yeah,
is the other piece.
That was Sacred Heart's property altogether. And, oh, I mean, it still is, but they're gonna sell that portion and keep the church and the rectory.
No, they're selling up both sides of the street.
They bought
They're
all-
selling
Yeah.
Sacred Heart Church.
Yeah, so the other side is gonna be,
Really?
the other side where the church is gonna be offices and some classroom
The
space.
rectory's, or the, whatever it is, the building next to the church. It's gonna be their offices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but there is actually other office space, but it's like administrative space.
Well, that's what I
It
was.
could be
confirming,
performance
wondering.
space. I don't know what they're.
You ever been
Yeah.
inside that church?
No,
Beautiful.
been by there a million times, but never inside. Yeah,
My parents got married there,
Oh, no way.
1953.
Beautiful church.
Yes.
But you wonder what they've done with
It's-
St. Mary's Church.
well, we have that on the,
That's
we have
the
that
architecture.
application up too. They're converting the school to multifamily housing.
Connect to this. and-
Well, the school.
Just the school,
Just
they're
the
not-
church, and the church.
And who's
guy had
who's buying the
plans
church?
for it, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
And Advance is buying both properties.
Are they?
but
Yeah.
the guy that owns that property now
Use that
has
for offices.
no idea what he's gonna do with the church.
You
But
see that
the
other
school's
house?
being,
Right there?
he's converting it to
Yeah,
multifamily
that
housing,
was
like
the-
20 units.
Oh,
And it
no
was
way.
picked
It's all
up
kind of
and
ready-made.
moved
It's a
over to
classroom.
lot.
They
Yeah,
just has to remodel.
Yeah, yeah.
This was moved over.
That was
Okay.
the rectory next to the church.
Oh, my goodness. the
And it was,
white
that's
building.
right, it was moved down the street, yeah. And the new rectory was built in '50, yeah.
Next to the
That's
church.
right.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The one with the-
My grandfather, when he came to this country as a young man, stood guard with a bunch of other Slovak men over the foundation of this church in 1912,
When it was being built, yeah.
for fear that the Irish Catholics were going to burn down the beginning structure because the Slovaks were not welcome
Yeah.
in Torrington. Is that interesting?
Wow.
And then, of course, they stayed members of the church until the day he died. He lived until 103. So,
Wow. Good for him.
yeah, that was the climate in Torrington when that church was being built. They did not feel like they were welcomed and they were fearful that the beginning foundations of the church were going to be tampered with. So they actually camped out overnight to guard their new church.
With their patrols,
All right. Well,
right? So are we officially adjourned?
We are officially adjourned. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay. Thank you for coming. Interesting topic.
Yeah. When people recognize when people want space.